I mean, acting lessons are great if you're going to go into it for a profession and you're going to stay with.
At 95, Clint Eastwood remains one of cinema's most enduring figures, a director, actor, and storyteller whose influence spans generations. Fans have long seen him as the unshakable cowboy, the wise leader behind the camera, and the quiet force who shaped entire eras of American film. But longevity in Hollywood also brings complex relationships, creative disagreements, and moments that linger across decades. While many assume that Eastwood's career has been defined by calm composure and unbroken harmony, the truth is more textured. Over the years, he has navigated collaborations that were energizing, challenging, inspiring, and at times deeply difficult. In exploring the partnerships that reportedly tested his patience or pushed him to reflect more deeply on his process, we uncover not a list of enemies, but a portrait of a man who values instinct, discipline, efficiency, and mutual respect. This narrative isn't about blame or hostility. It's an examination of artistic clashes, differing work philosophies, and the human reality of two strong creative visions meeting in the same room. Like all great artists, Eastwood remembers the experiences that shaped him and the lessons he chose to carry forward. Leonardo DiCaprio. When two styles collide. When Clint Eastwood and Leonardo DiCaprio teamed up for the 2011 film J. Edgar, many fans saw it as a powerhouse pairing. A veteran director known for minimal-take realism and an actor famous for intense preparation and emotional precision. While the film was completed successfully and was regarded as an ambitious historical drama, industry whispers suggest that their working styles were dramatically different. DiCaprio arrived on set with extensive research, layered emotional notes, and a desire to explore scenes multiple times. Eastwood, whose directing approach relies on spontaneity and capturing truth in the first or second take, preferred a faster pace. These differing philosophies reportedly created tension, not hostility, but the natural friction that arises when two passionate artists want to approach a moment in their own way. Crew members observed that the contrast was striking. One artist continually refining, the other trusting instinct. When filming ended, both moved on to other projects, and although they have not collaborated again, there has never been public animosity. The experience simply stands as a reminder that even exceptionally talented individuals may not always be the perfect creative match. Eastwood values efficiency and emotional truth in the moment. DiCaprio thrives on exploration and depth. Neither approach is wrong. They are simply different languages within the world of filmmaking. Michael Moore, A Clash of Perspectives. Clint Eastwood and documentary filmmaker Michael Moore have very different worldviews and artistic approaches. And over the years, their contrasting public statements occasionally place them at odds in the media. Eastwood, who tends to focus on quiet storytelling, personal duty, and understated emotion, often represents a traditional filmmaking philosophy. Moore, known for provocative and politically charged documentaries, approaches film as a tool for challenging institutions and encouraging public debate. In the mid-2000s, their differing perspectives became publicly noticeable through interviews and award show moments where each referenced the other's work or views. Years later, Moore made comments online about American Sniper, one of Eastwood's most widely discussed films, which many interpreted as critical of the film's themes. Although Moore clarified his statements, the contrast between the two filmmakers' perspectives remained evident. The situation was not a personal feud, so much as a symbolic example of how two storytellers can view the world and the art of filmmaking through completely different lenses. Eastwood has worked with diverse creative personalities across political and artistic divides, but this particular contrast of philosophies highlighted how strongly he values respect for service, discipline, and intention in storytelling. It became one of those Hollywood intersections where two powerful voices simply stand on opposite sides of a conversation. Barbra Streisand. Two directors, two visions. Barbra Streisand and Clint Eastwood, both acclaimed actor-directors, shaped the artistic landscape of the late 20th century in profoundly different ways. Streisand is known for meticulous attention to detail, hands-on involvement in every artistic choice, and a thoughtful, deliberative, creative process. Eastwood champions lean shoots, instinctive performances, and minimal retakes. During the 1980s and 1990s, their names occasionally crossed in industry conversations, particularly as both were exploring more directing opportunities. Reports from those years suggest that their contrasting filmmaking philosophies created a natural distance, not animosity, but professional incompatibility. When Streisand was once connected to an early version of The Bridges of Madison County and eventually stepped away, the project later landed in Eastwood's hands. He directed it with his signature understated style, crafting a quiet, emotional story. The industry, always hungry for narratives of rivalry, framed their differences as dramatic. Yet the truth appears far simpler. Two exceptionally talented directors with very different rhythms rarely find themselves walking the same creative path for long. They each thrived in their own lanes, shaped by their unique instincts. Their story is less about disagreement and more about the diversity of artistry that makes cinema endlessly rich. Tommy Lee Jones. Two strong personalities on set. Tommy Lee Jones and Clint Eastwood are both known for commanding screen presence and intense dedication to their craft. When they worked together on the 1993 thriller In the Line of Fire, audiences saw sparks of brilliance. Two powerful performers driving a tense narrative with skill and charisma. Behind the scenes, however, multiple sources over the years have suggested that their working styles did not naturally align. Jones is an actor of fierce intensity, often staying deeply immersed in character and sometimes extending emotional momentum beyond the call of cut. Eastwood, both director and actor, prefers quieter sets, quick decisions, and a steady, grounded energy. The result, according to longtime crew members, was not overt conflict, but a subtle push and pull dynamic common when two strong creative personalities share space. Eastwood reportedly preferred a more streamlined approach, while Jones's immersive style brought an unpredictable, high-voltage edge to the set. After the film, both continued successful careers, but they never collaborated again, a simple sign that their creative energies were better expressed separately. Their story reflects something universal in Hollywood. Even the most gifted artists may find that their temperaments thrive in different atmospheres. Richard Burton, a collaboration from a different era. When Clint Eastwood and Richard Burton worked together on the 1968 war film Where Eagles Dare, they represented two very different points in their careers. Burton was a celebrated Shakespearean actor, navigating personal challenges and the intense scrutiny of global fame. Eastwood was emerging from Western stardom into international recognition. Reports from the set describe an environment shaped by long hours, demanding action sequences, and the weight of a major studio production. Burton, dealing with the pressures of his off-screen life, sometimes struggled with the grueling schedule, while Eastwood approached each day with his trademark punctuality and steady focus. The contrast highlighted two distinct working rhythms. Their professional paths diverged after the film, not because of hostility, but because each continued pursuing roles that suited their evolving artistic identities. In retrospect, their collaboration stands as a snapshot of old Hollywood complexity. a meeting of two giants at different moments in their personal and creative journeys. Eastwood, who values structure and consistency, learned early how different temperaments can shape the energy of a set, and the experience influenced the calm environment he later cultivated as a director. Jean Seberg, a challenging era in Hollywood history. Clint Eastwood and Joan Seberg worked together on Paint Your Wagon in 1969, a film produced during a highly transitional era in Hollywood. Seberg was a gifted actor, enduring extraordinary personal pressure, much of it tied to political scrutiny and public challenges unrelated to her craft. Accounts from the set describe a project marked by unpredictable weather, shifting production demands, and emotional strain for multiple cast members, not just Seberg. As a rising star navigating his own evolving career identity, Eastwood maintained his characteristic focus and sense of routine, while Seberg faced a complex blend of personal stress and professional expectation. Their working styles differed significantly, creating understandable tension in a difficult production environment. When the film underperformed, outside commentary and critical analysis added further weight to an already heavy situation. Over time, the story of their collaboration became overshadowed by the larger tragedies surrounding Seberg's life, a reminder of how vulnerable artists can be beneath the spotlight. Eastwood has rarely spoken about the film, not out of resentment, but likely because it represents a complicated, emotionally charged chapter in Hollywood history. Conclusion: is Clint Eastwood too silent, or simply true to himself? Clint Eastwood's long career is filled with remarkable collaborations, creative disagreements, unforgettable films, and lessons gained from decades on set. The stories of the colleagues with whom he reportedly clashed or drifted apart don't paint him as vindictive. They reveal a man with a strong internal compass, a clear sense of how he works, and a deep respect for discipline and mutual professionalism. Some artists thrive on exploration, others on instinct. Some value structure, others live in emotional spontaneity. Eastwood has always gravitated toward simplicity, intuition, and quiet determination. His silence, often interpreted as coldness, may simply be the way he preserves peace in an industry filled with noise. Whether one sees him as reserved or resolute, his legacy remains undeniable. After nearly a century, Eastwood's reflections, spoken or unspoken, tell us something universal. Every artist protects the space where their creativity feels most authentic. And sometimes, the greatest wisdom lies not in confrontation, but in quietly moving forward.